Hello everybody, welcome to Destiny of Cards. Today we'll be doing a deck profile of the new Star-vader deck from GBT05. Yes, this is a Chaos deck variance. Unlike the Chaos Messiah build, this one is totally on locking on your opponent's field. Yep, so let's move on to the deck build. So firstly we go on to the Great 3 monsters of the deck. Firstly, we run the key card of the deck, Chaos Breaker Dragon. So Chaos Breaker Dragon is a very old card from BT13. Yep, so basically this card is a grade 3 monsters with a limit break effect of when a card is being unlocked on your opponent's field, you may Soul Blast one Star-vader from your soul. If you do, retire that unit and draw a card. So that's the Chaos Breaker's limit break skill. So the main effect main phrase effect is Counter Blast 1. Discard a Star-vader from your hand, and then if you do, choose one of your opponent's unit and lock it. Okay, so this is a very good card for you to use this effect, and during this turn you cannot use that effect, so you only can lock him once. Yep. Now we move on to the new card from BT05. Okay, so Chaos Bringer Dragon. Chaos Bringer Dragon is the new card that have the Chaos in its name. So this card basically is a transformation card, but it's a limit break skill. So the limit break skill here is Counter Blast 1 during the start of your opponent's main phase. If your opponent have a lock card, you may pay the cost, which is Counter Blast 1. Yep, no need as special, but it's just a simply Counter Blast 1. Choose from your deck one Chaos Breaker Dragon, and then write it as 10. So yep, so this card allow you to change your Vanguard so long your opponent has a lock card. So definitely you can use the Chaos Breaker's limit break effect during your opponent's turn when you have actually 4 damage in your damage zone. Yep, so the next effect is when this card is called the Vanguard Circle, you may pay the cost, which is Counter Blast 1 Star-vader. So if you do, choose one of your opponent's back row and lock it. So basically this card allow you to lock your opponent's on-call effect. So this card is on-call, Counter Blast 1, lock 1 back row. So basically after that you can still strike normally until your opponent has 4 damage. If you are riding this card, then transform this card by paying the cost by Counter Blast 1, then transform to Chaos Breaker Dragon, and Chaos Breaker Dragon will then use this effect. So you'll never miss your Chaos Breaker Dragon. Now we go on to the grade 2 monsters. Alright, so we learn 4 copies of companion Star-vader, Proton. Proton's effect is basically when this card is called to Vanguard Circle. If you're a Star-vader Vanguard, then if your opponent have a lock card, you can choose one of your opponent's unit and lock. Now we move on to another old cards from the old series. Yep, Colony Mako. So Colony Mako is your special summon unit card. So it's a Counter Blast 1 when on call, and if you have a Link Joker Vanguard, and opponent have a lock card too. So if you do, call one grade 1 and below a Star-vader's unit, and then call the field. Yep, you can call anywhere, you need not be in the same column. Next we run 3 copies of this card from GBT03. So when this card attack, you may pay, and if you have a Star-vader Vanguard, you may pay the cost, which is discard a Star-vader. Yep, simply just discard a Star-vader, and of course this unit again 5000 power, and the effect of when this card's attack hit the Vanguard, soul charge 1 and choose 1 damage card in the damage zone and unflip it. So yep, so you suddenly become a damage unflipper for this card. So and in this deck really need a flipper, because we don't really run the unflipper concept for this deck. This deck is actually your rearguard is more important too. So yep, so this actually have this power 5000, so it's additional 5000, so 15k card if you have a 7k booster. Next we move on to the size 1 monster. 4 of this new card from the new set. Yep, so when this card is called it's a mirror effect. So if you have a Chaos in its name, you can put this card into soul. Then if you do, counter charge 2 and soul charge 2. Yep. And of course your opponent have a lock card. Chaos Vanguard is all you need. Next we have this card from BT17. Yep. So when this card bursts and the attack hit the Vanguard, choose one of your opponent's lock card and Omega lock it. So yeah, so this card is very good card. By the way, we forget to mention this card. You also have to have opponent have a lock card. So basically, all Zach's mechanism of chaos build, you actually need our opponents have minimum have one lock card for you to do anything. So if you don't have, you can't actually continue flow goals. But actually, it's a very good deck combo here. Next, we have this card here. Okay, so this card actually is a old card also from BT12. So this card, the effect is when your opponent's card is being locked by one of your card effect, and if you have a Link Joker Vanguard, power plus 2000 stackable effect. But do take note, he must be on the field for the lock. Next we run, as we mentioned, the Regal is quite important in this deck, so we run 4 copies of the old Star-vader Kanzen. Yes, so this card is just a Kanzen Bogyo and you don't have the unflip parts because you have actually 2 cards in this deck that can do the unflip. Basically it's this card here and this card here. So both these cards help you to unflip your damage. Of course one must be on attack hit, and this is just basically on core skill. Yep. Now we move on to the 3 goals lineup for this deck. We run 8 criticals, Star-vader for all of them. We run 4 copies of the draw triggers, Star-vader still. And lastly, we run 4 copies of the heal trigger. Same, it's also a Star-vader in its name. And this is the starter of the deck. Okay, so this unicorn's effect is Counter Blast 1. If you and put this card into the soul. If you have a Link Joker Vanguard and your opponent have a lock card, choose one of your opponent's lock unit and lock it. So yeah, this is additional lock card for you to use, and this is a maniac for your opponent to destroy it if they want to prevent you from locking them. Now we move on to the Grade 4, which is the Strike. Firstly, we run 4 copies of Chaos Universe. So this card is the new card from GPT-05. So this card's effect is when if you have a Chaos in its heart, you may pay the cost, which is a once per turn effect. Counter Blast 1 and choose Chaos Universe and flip it face up. Okay, so basically you choose a rearguard circle on your opponent's field, and then your opponent must be an open rearguard circle, and your opponent choose 1 card from his hand and then put it onto that chosen rearguard circle in lock position. Yeah, so it's lock. Then furthermore, if the number of cards in your G zone is 2 or more, choose a rearguard in your opponent's field and lock it. So basically this card allows you to lock 2 cards. However, the second effect this card can be placed inside any deck. Yeah, just that you're only paying the cost for the second effect, which is choose opponent's rearguard if you have 2 damage or more and lock it. Yeah, so that's 2 G zone and above, then you lock it. So basically if you're putting in a chaos deck, you get to lock 2, but if you're putting in a normal deck like a Messiah deck, you only can lock 1. Yeah, so it's your choice, but we will recommend you to put this inside the chaos deck. Next we have this card from BT-03. So Nebula Dragon, so basically Counter Blast 1, flip himself face up, then choose one opponent's rearguard. If you have 2 or more cards in your G zone, choose 1 card in your opponent's rearguard, lock it, and choose the same unit in the same column, lock it, Omega lock them. Next we run 1 Judgment Messiah. So Judgment Messiah is on hit, when this card's attack hit the Vanguard, choose one unit to unlock and choose 1 unit to lock. And then the unit that's locked is on your opponent's field, the back row, only back row. Next we run 1 copy of Blizzard. So Blizzard's effect is Contrast 1, choose one card in your G zone with face up. Then for each card in your G zone, power plus 5000 until end of its attack. So yep, so this card is the power based deck, power based card in this deck. Yep, but also allow you to actually quickly make use of Chaos record, Chaos Universe. So you just basically first strike candidates, then you unflip maybe him, then power 5000 attack. Next time you actually have 2 cards in your G zone already. So that's when you strike on this card, you already have 2 cards. Yeah. But you can also strike this card in the first strike. Then after that you can strike chaos, then you can flip it face up, and meaning you have another 2 cards in the G zone. Yeah, so either way it's possible, whatever you like. Yeah, so that we hope that you enjoy today's deck profile of the new Chaos deck. Do like and subscribe to Destiny of Cards. Until next time, see you.